Hi, I'm Pam Hynek. I'm here at Gallery 92 West, and I'm going to do a quick sketch of a bison in charcoal for you. Well, the first thing I do is I just kind of block in where his head's going to go. And I would like to, I'm using the side of just a regular piece of old charcoal. And I don't want to go where his horn's going to go. I want that to be light. What I really wanted to show you, I can pick up charcoal with my finger, and then I can put it somewhere where I don't want much. So like maybe around his horn, I can kind of decide where his horn's going to go, and I can kind of see that without making any lines or coloring in. And his schnoz comes down here a little bit. I press more where it's darker, not so much where it's lighter, and then his nose is going to come somewhere in this vicinity, and then he's got his little beard. I'm staying, keeping my strokes in the direction he's growing. So what I want to show you is where it's darker, I'm kind of making these drunk squiggles, and then I just kind of tap it with my finger to keep you from seeing those actual lines. I don't want to see lines, and I don't want any hard edges. And then where it's a little lighter, I want to maybe not press so hard and then not make them as tight. So I still have the indication that there's hair growing there, but I don't want to fill it in dark, dark, dark. So I just have that indication of that. And it's going to carry up through around, and then where it gets darker, once again, I just press a little harder. If it's straighter, they got all kinds of different kind of squiggly hairs going on their heads, which is really fun, or drive you nuts depending on which way you want to look at it. And I'm going to get closer to his horn. I don't want to draw a line around his horn, but I'm going to show you where his horn is by putting the squiggles up around it, and then that's going to give you the shape of his horn. And then once I get a finger that's covered in goop, or it's charcoal actually, and I just wipe it off somewhere else. And his eye area is pretty smooth. It's pretty much the skin. So more squiggles for the darks. More tapping, blending it in. For his eye, their eyeballs are round. It sets not too far off of that horn. Eyeballs are round. I don't want to blacken the whole thing in because I've got charcoal on my finger. I can just kind of tap that, and then that's pretty much his eyeball. So then I've got the lines around his eye, and then I'm back to making more squiggles. It's not really dark so much under his eye, but he still has some texture. And then the farther away I get from that, I've got bigger squiggles. His ear is in this vicinity somewhere, and it's just a bunch of hair. I'm not, once again, not outlining an ear. I'm just making a mass of dark, and then it'll look like an ear. I don't think anybody's going to walk up and be confused that it's no, that's not a bison, it doesn't have an ear. That's not going to happen. So I'm off to the nose, and it's relatively smooth, so I'm not doing a lot of squiggles, but he's got this great big honking nostril here, dark, and I'm going to blot that out on his nose. None of that's really, really dark. So I'm just going to leave that as a smudge, and then we're going to come down where his beard is, and that does have some lines, the beard line hanging down. And that's pretty much how I do these guys. Just got some curlies and some shorter squiggly guys, and that's pretty much how I do one of those. So they're not hard, they're not time consuming, And so next time, I don't know, maybe we'll get drunk together on this thing. I don't know.
I got a couple of questions.
Okay.
So in charcoal, where do you purchase your supplies at?
This charcoal, I'm not particular. Because I'm not a charcoal artist. This is newsprint, so I'm not really picky about the paper either. Let me quick show you when I do my hair. If I got really drunk and tried to draw a four-leaf clover, in my dark areas, I want to make that and I want to pull into the inside of that. And then if I do my lights, I don't push as hard. And then I want to pull out. So the difference between when I make this in my darks and my lights is in my darks, I push harder and I pull in, and my lights, I don't push as hard and then I pull away from.
Got it.
So those are my two shadow and light type marks.
And it looks like you're holding kind of loosely onto the charcoal?
Yeah, I'm not, and I don't use them all. This is just a sketch. If I was gonna grid this out and make it really persnickety, I would be doing this way differently. But this is just a loose sketch, and they're just quick, something to put down to kind of get you to work with your values and your textures, and that's pretty much all there is to it.
Cool. And in October, you did have a class planned, but we were unable to do that because of the pandemic. So sometime in the future, when we're able to have classes again, that is a plan, right?
Yes, my composition class.
So to anyone watching the video, stay tuned. We'll be having class with Pam when we're able to have classes again. Well, thank you, Pam.
Not a problem.